Alright, hi guys, this is CombatEX of PvZ, and this game is a PvZ on... I cannot believe I forgot this map's name. I know what this map is called, I just forgot its name, but it is a PvZ nonetheless. And this game, I'm just going to be showing you guys another standard PvZ build order that I haven't really put on my other videos. It's actually probably... I like to say it's probably the best standard build order, except it requires a hard level of play to actually execute it. You can't execute it when you're at a diamond, or platinum level because it requires reactionary builds, and once you're under a diamond or a masters player, you won't really know what to react to what build. I know I'm speaking really abstractly, and I don't like speaking like that, so I'll give you some examples. This build is essentially a sentry expand build, the standard, and it's just you get a hallucination and you see what your opponent is doing and you react accordingly. You don't put any tech structures down after your cybernetic score until you know what they're doing, and then you put your tech structure down. And yeah, look, easy, just BMing him, like always. And I have some just quick announcements before this game gets too heated up. Firstly, I moved back to Waterloo, and so that's good news and bad news. Good news because there's a 100 times better internet connection that we're going to get soon. Not in this video, I'm going to be getting it in a week or something. And so more video, or more better videos, not more videos. Secondly, bad news, school starting. And so less videos, all that bad stuff, I guess. And any other announcements I have? Not really. That's pretty much all I have to say about this. Now I want you guys to notice my wall. Let's get to this game now. I want you guys to notice my wall. Notice how I made a gateway at the bottom and I left the entrance at the bottom. That's actually a mistake. I should have left the entrance at the top so my probes could be transferred to my expansion faster, because this way they take longer to get to my expansion. And also, rewind this video a bit. Notice that right when I saw his expansion, I took my second gas. I was debating on whether I should take my second gas or whether I should make a zealot. I decided that I should take my second gas right when I saw the hatchery. Why? Because when I saw the hatchery, I knew that there was no 6 pool, no 10 pool, none of the early shenaniganry coming, and so I knew that it was safe to take my second gas as opposed to make the zealot. And if I didn't see an expansion, I would have made the zealot. And so yeah, again, small things like that. You want to react to your opponent and see what they're doing. Also, I want you guys to know my scouting pattern in this map. I scouted wrong this map actually. You're supposed to scout the 2 scrubberies first and then scout the bases, just because it lets you see a 6 pool. And you guys are going to be like, oh, scrubberies, what the hell? They're supposed to be called shrubberies or shrubberies. No, I call them scrubberies. Why? Because only scrubs hide stuff in them. If you're not a scrub, you're not going to hide anything in them. You're a man, you can proxy your buildings in a proper way rather than being a scrub and hiding your stuff in there. So that's why they're going to be called scrubberies from now on. And now, again, so I was debating on whether I should take my expansion on 1 gate or 3 gate expand. And now notice this, I took my expansion on 1 gate. Why did I do that? Because I saw he had double gas. And with the double gas, I know, well, there's many things I know from that actually. I know that there's no speedling, when you guys expand and there's a bunch of Zerglings come in and then they just kill all your sentries and zealots and they take all your expansion. I know that's not really a possibility, because if he was to do that, why would he ever get a second gas? He would stay on 1 gas to do that. You would never want to get your second gas if you're going to go for that type of bust. So I know he's not going for that bust. And I also know he's not going for a Roach Rush, because again, you only need 1 gas for a Roach Rush. So I know he's going for some layer tech or some early Mutalisks or early Infestor tech, I don't know, some really early tech. And that lets me get away with the 1 gate expand, and that's exactly why I did it, because I knew that there was no possible way for him to early pressure me. Notice where I placed my units now. I placed my Zealot at the place where the Zerglings could come in, and I placed my sentry where he could attack my pylons and all these gateways that are being made. Also, there's no way for him to get to that sentry because I could just force field, and also these sentries are in perfect position to force field units from coming inside my ramp and inside my base or attacking my Zealot. And so yeah, that's why I did the 1 gate expand, and that's why the units are positioned here. And now again, I look at how many probes I'm going to transfer. I transferred enough, so there are exactly 16 probes mining my main mineral field, and then obviously 6 on gas. And then I rallied my main nexus to my natural, and that is the optimal way to mine. And I'm not going to go into the detail why it is. It's just, if you think about it a little bit, it does make sense. And notice I'm highlighting all these probes, seeing how many I have, and I know I have roughly around 16 on the mineral fields, and that's all that really you need. Another thing that's really standard, right when you get your expansion, you want to get your first gas, and again, I apologize for the lag. It's just, I don't know, it's because my internet's really bad right now, and so the upload speed's not really that good, and downloading, well, download's pretty good, we have like 25 down or something like that. And now I'm not even playing this guy, he's like, why don't you stream him like easy? You know, just easy everyone, that's like my favorite word, just typing easy. Just everyone's easy, right? Just if you tell yourself everyone's easy, then you know everyone's easy. Now getting cannons on my main, probably gonna get a cannon on my natural middle line. Why am I doing that? Usually I don't do this, just because I saw the early gas. I know that a threat of like Mutalisks is viable. And now look at this. Okay, 2 Phoenix right off the bat. You need to do this because you need to know what your opponent's doing. Nor is I haven't put down any tech past my cybernetic score because I want to know what he's doing. If he's going like early infestors, if he's going roaches, if he's going hydralisks, if he's going mutalisks, if he's taking a third base, like I need to know what he's doing. I see a spine and a spore at his third base. I know he's got a third base, and so now I know he's not going to be looking to be aggressive. If he was looking to be aggressive, he probably wouldn't have gotten the spine there, just a spore in case of DTs. And so now I know he's probably going for defensive. And I also saw his main, he only has a roach warren, and he's not like really in an aggressive stance because he doesn't have his lair yet, so like really how offensive can you be without your lair at this stage of the game? And so I know I'm safe to take my third base, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Also, if you guys notice, I cancelled my cannon right after I saw him I put a cannon there preemptively just in case he was going to go for some all-in build, and then I cancelled it right when I saw he took his third base, and that Zergling shouldn't have gotten. That's actually a huge bad thing that happened because well, like now he knows I have a third base, he can do whatever he wants because he knows I'm not going to be aggressive, and that's a huge tell actually. And now again, getting that pylon back there in case of infestors. I want to get 2 cannons back there, make sure no infestors can fungal my line, no infested turrets can be dropped, none of that shenanigans. Again, you want to be really active with the Phoenix. This is why I say this build's not really for a lower level, because you really need to be active with your Phoenix. You can't just, or your hallucinated Phoenix, I guess. You can't just like make them and hope for the best, right? You need to actually be active. And later on they become useful because you can hallucinate Colossus and make your enemy they'll parasite the hallucinated Colossus and then type easy afterwards. Because usually when they do that. And now again, walling my third base, very important. You need to wall your third base at all times, like the way I do. Like I don't think there's any map where you can't wall your third base to make it defendable. And if there is, then it's probably a really unfavored map for Protoss and Terran, Protoss mainly. So yeah, like this is like exactly what you should be doing, walling your third base in every map, not just this one. And now notice I have a Phoenix outside my base patrolling to know when he's going to be attacking me. I'm really active with the Phoenix. You guys might wonder, what about your hallucination? What about your energy on your sentries? Like, what if that goes down? Like, you know, won't you need it for the battle? Like, no, honestly, it's so much more important knowing where your opponent is than it is actually getting good force fields off. Like, knowing when they attack, getting the proper concave is much more beneficial than just, you know, getting the extra 2 or 3 force fields off. Like, whatever. I'm constantly scouting. I need to know when he's going to take his 4th base, because I want to know when he takes his 4th base, I'm safe to take mine. And I've said this many times. I never attack. You don't need to attack. And I've played many players that don't attack. Like when I play Hydra, our games go on for like 25-30 minutes because none of us attack until we're on like 4 or 5 bases. And now I know that he's over here, like he's ready to take my 3rd base out, and I'm gonna defend it. You know, just small pressure that shouldn't really kill you. Like if you're macroing well, which I am, because if you look at my minerals, I'm macroing really well. There's no way a small attack like this should be able to kill you. And now again, using some force fields. Look, I have the force fields I need. Like I have all the necessary force fields that I need to do damage or to like use, right? I don't like I have enough force fields. It's just you need to send those hallucinations out. I saw he took his 4th base. What does that tell me? That tells me I can take my 4th base. Also, notice where my observers are. One of my observers was at a place where I could see if he's coming to my natural. The other observer was to see if he can come to my 3rd base. I know when he's going to attack me. That's critical. You need to know when your opponent's going to be able to attack you. And those obs were there. Before those obs, I had Phoenix doing that. And before the Phoenix, I didn't even have my 3rd base, so I didn't really need it. So yeah, like I said, you always want to have something outside your base to know when your opponent's attacking. And again, I'm constantly sending these hallucinations out. Constantly sending hallucinations out. And now, I'm slowly going to start taking my 4th base because I know he has his 4th, so I know he can't be aggressive. You guys have to think of Starcraft in this way. If your opponent spent 300 minerals on a hatchery or whatever, you're able to spend the 400 minerals on Alexis because if you're macroing well and they're macroing well, there's no way they should be able to break you if everything's going perfect. That's just at an optimal level. And I like to play my games at hypothetical optimal level. Like I don't want to be like, oh yo, like what if I do this and he does this, then maybe like I'll lose. No, I want to be like, oh, you know what, like this is the best way to play because if both people were playing perfectly, then this would work. And that's the builds that I do. I'm saying he expanded, and if we were both playing perfectly, then I would be able to take my expansion, and that's why I'm taking my expansion. And once I'm not perfect right now, but once I get there, I know that's really arguable that if I'll ever get there, but once I'm close to that level, then, you know, these builds are really gonna really work. And right now they are working really well for me. I'm taking my 4th base, he's on 4th base. Who's ahead when both people are on 4 bases? Come on, this is really easy trivia. Obviously the Protoss player. And again, I'm max. I'm almost max right now. I'm still not attacking him. I'm on 4 base, he's on 4 base. Who's in the lead? I am. So, like, crap, my screen just turned off. Hopefully the recording didn't stop. I'm pretty sure it didn't. Stupid screensaver. So, what do you call it? Yeah, I'm not attacking him because I don't need to. Why am I getting that DT shrine? Honestly, if both people are playing at a perfect level, DTs should never be able to do damage because of the fact that, like, they should have a spore and a spine in every base. So I never really use DTs to harass my opponent that much. I only use them to take the watchtowers, because let's be honest here, taking a watchtower with probes is almost impossible, because if your opponent's really good, if they're playing perfectly, then they should have a Zergling at the watchtowers, and Zerglings obviously beat probes, unless you're Chuck Norris. In which case, they probably still would, actually. And so you need DTs, and that's why I have DTs to take the watchtowers. That's actually the only reason I actually make the DT shrine to take the watchtowers. I'm not like in cholesterol where I actually rely on DTs, the most gimmicky unit that Protoss has, to actually win me the game, because they don't. Like, if you're getting lucky, then yeah, they'll do well. If you're playing someone bad, like King Control does, because he plays all these bad players, then yeah, you know what? They might actually work, because a lower level players such as In Control probably don't have play players that are actually at a higher level where they can actually use DTs to win the game for them, which they shouldn't. Like, watch, like, I'm sure, like, if they actually make me do damage, like, I never rely on DTs. Like, notice if those 5 DTs I made, if they all died, so what? Like, whatever, I'm behind, like, the extra minerals, that's it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And also, notice this, look at my 4th base. The only entrance to all 4 of these bases is my natural expansion. That is huge, folks. That is huge. To have 4 bases and only 1 entrance, that is so Protoss favorite. I want you guys to all do this. Wall your 4th base off exactly like I do. In most maps, you know, you probably won't be able to do this. And now notice this. I saw his 4th base, or 5th base, I guess, and my DGs are right there. Why am I not attacking it? Why don't I just let the hatchery finish, then attack it? Because let's be honest here, 3 DTs are almost always going to kill a hatchery right when it finishes. And so I'm going to wait for it to finish, and then I'm going to attack it. There's no overseer here. There's no way for him to see those DTs. So yeah, why not wait for the hatchery to finish? And there, it's finished. I'm going to make him down 300 minerals. Rather than letting him cancel it. And now, you know, making the Overlord die, you know, all that good stuff. But yeah, look, I'm walling. One big thing that I do that most Protoss players don't do, that I find that gives me a really big edge over the top pro gamers, is that I make my buildings in very optimal position outside of my main base. Like, all my buildings outside of my main base are pretty much in a strategic position, and I think that all Protoss players should be able to do that, because it's not really that hard. To get your units in optimal position is actually, your buildings in optimal position is actually pretty easy, and it's not that hard. And yeah, look, he has a spore and a spine in every base. Like, these DTs are not meant to damage. Like, for the rest of this game, I'm not going to bother trying to do DT damage because I don't need to. Maybe I'll have a DT patrolling all the other bases just to make sure he doesn't take those expansions, but I'm never going to try to get DTs into his main or anything like that, because at a higher level, at a optimal level, no one should be able to do that. And if you're aiming to be really good, then you don't want to rely on gimmicks to make you do damage. Like, I guarantee you the next DTs I'm going to be making are just going to be for watchtowers and scouting expansions. That's really it. I don't rely on DTs for harassment. And people say they're a good harassment unit. No, they're not a good harassment unit. It's because people are bad. They can't defend against units that, like, they should be able to defend against. Like, think of it this way. What unit in the Zerg arsenal right now can kill me, that can surprise attack me and kill me? Nothing. Because I am defended fully. There's no unit that can kill me. Why am I making all these cannons in the middle? Because I'm trying to get the map to be split in half. You know what I mean? Like, if the map's split in half, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 7 bases, I have 7 bases. Who's gonna win that? You know what? I'm not gonna actually answer that question because it was actually a rhetorical question, but Zerg actually might be able to win because of the new Infestor Broodlord shenaniganry. Zerg actually might be able to beat Protoss with even bases, just because, like, Infestor Broodlord is actually, it's not OP, it's not impossible to stop, it's hard to stop. And hopefully this guy goes Infestor Broodlord so I can show you guys how to stop it, because honestly, I think what I do against Infestor Broodlord is really strong, and I think that if people call Infestor Broodlord OP, my counter to Infestor Broodlord is even more powerful. And let's check his unit composition. What does he have? Okay, yeah, he has Infestor Broodlord. Alright, this is what you do against Infestor Broodlord. People call it OP, but what if you just never engage it? What if you just keep moving around? and just never engaging the Infestor Broodlord. Look what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna go around killing all his expansions and never engaging the Infestor Broodlords. I'm gonna have 7 bases and I'm gonna hopefully have him on 0 bases. That is the goal with my counter to Infestor Broodlord. Never engage it, and it's possible never to engage it because you know why? Blink Stalkers are really, really, really mobile. Broodlords are very, very, very immobile. What does that mean? That means you can keep going around, keep harassing bases, and keep expanding, taking down their base count, increasing your base count, and never really engaging the Broodlords. His Broodlords are going to be all around the map trying to go defending his bases, and I'm just going to be picking up all his expansions. While I'm doing this, I'm going to be getting my own expansions. And notice what I'm doing. Again, I'm not engaging the Broodlords. There's no point. Honestly, engaging an Infestor Broodlord army is suicidal. There's almost no way a Protoss is going to get good dividends engaging an Infestor Broodlord army. And so, therefore, don't engage it. Just go around, sniping all the different bases you possibly can, and don't engage it until... Like, no, don't engage it. I'm not even going to say until. Just don't ever engage it. Engage it when they're on 0 bases and you're on, like, frickin' 7. Then, yeah, engage it. Because, you know what? There's no possible way for them to beat you. If they do, then I have no idea. You must be attacking your own Colossus or something. Just don't engage it. Like, straight up. And now, again, I'm just seeing him use it. Move his units over here. And, okay, yeah, here we go. Honestly, Zerg players that are bad are eventually going to get in this position where they're caught out of position. He has his Infestors somewhere else, and so this is not an Infestor Broodlord army anymore, it's just a Broodlord army. Broodlords by themselves, ridiculously easy to beat. All you do is you get Bass Stalkers and just GG them right on top, and then type easy right after. So yeah, all these Broodlords are gone, and you know what, this is him messing up. Like, if he was any better, he would not have been in the position where those Broodlords are caught on their own. But you know what, that's what being bad costs you, just losing all your Broodlords like that. And so, yeah, like, there we go. How many bases is he on? He's on 2 bases. How many am I on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on 5 bases versus 2. And I'm saying 2 because I killed the other 2 bases. And look, I'm macroing like a beast. Like, look at this. I'm morphing in like 20 stalkers at a time. And now again, Infestor Broodlord again. What do? Run. Why do I ever engage? Let him, if they're going after your bases, honestly, just let them. Let them take all your bases, because there's no way you're gonna beat an Infestor Broodlord army unless, you know, there's a build that actually kind of, I wouldn't say beat it, but it challenges an Infestor Broodlord army, and that's kind of like the Mothership, Templar, Stalker, Void Ray army, which, you know, I guess it does challenge the Infestor Broodlord army. I wouldn't say it beats it, but it's a good challenge. But I don't like, I don't like relying on like one big engagement to see who wins. I just like constantly macroing and seeing who's the better player. And now look at this leg. Like, I don't know what he's doing, but this is like ridiculous amounts of leg. And now again, he took on my base. It's okay. Don't engage the army. You don't need to engage it. Just take out more bases. He's trying to re-expand. I'll try to deny his expansions. You don't need to engage a Broodlord Infestor army. You're not going to beat it. And that also reminds me of like the 1-1-1 build. I hate the builds that people complain about. Like, Starcraft is a very even game. There's nothing that's overpowered. Everything is even, and people need to realize that. And Northside, I would left one stalker back here so I could warp at the high, or blink back to the high ground when I needed to. I'm gonna definitely put a video where I play against 1-1-1, because I think it's ridiculously easy to stop. I think it's probably one of the easiest builds to actually stop. I don't see why people have a problem with it. I just go 1 gate, expand into 5 gate, into GG, and then typing easy. I don't know why people think it's hard. I have a video of it already, but I think that, I don't know, people want more videos. I think 1-1-1's really easy to stop, but I don't know, people just disagree, so I'll post another video. Anyways, Infestor Broodlord is the thing that people really hate, and here we go. Okay, just Templar, feedbacking all the Infestors, G, Mother F and G, and now BMing the crap out of him, because honestly, like, how do you win when you just lose 8 Infestors? Now, again, Infestor Broodlord, what did I do? I probably have a bigger army, but no, I'm gonna run, because I don't want to engage. There's no way you're gonna get an even trade-off engaging an Infestor Broodlord army. You're not gonna get an even trade-off. Trust me, with the army composition I have, it's almost impossible to get a good trade-off engaging Infestor Broodlord army, because just the way it works, you can't win against an Infestor Broodlord army with my unit composition. And the only unit composition that actually gets good trade-offs against Infestor Broodlord is Mothership, Void Ray, Templar, Stalker, which, again, I'm not in that position. Why did I have those 5 Void Rays hallucinated? Because, you know what, those scare Broodlords, and I thought that his Broodlords were in that position. And now I'm saying I'm combat cannoning him. If you don't know what combat cannon is, then you're not one of my fans, because you don't watch my streams. And yeah, just combat cannoning him at his 4th base, or what is that? His 3rd expansion, I guess, because I've killed the other 2. How many bases am I on? I'm still on 4.5 now. I don't know if you count that as a base. Regardless, again, just getting Void Rays, hallucinate, just, you know, use your sand. If in our battle comes, just use all your energy. Why not, right? Like, what's wrong with using all your energy? And now, oh, frick, I didn't see those Broodlords at the back. This is going to be a really bad engagement. Like, even if I win, I'm going to get bad dividends because, like, I can guarantee you that I have, like, even if I win this, I'm not going to have, like, it's not going to be a good trade-off. Like, my units lost will be more than his. And I don't like having that. And now, yeah, I lost that battle, which I really should have won. I guarantee my army supply was so much bigger than his. But it's okay. Like, honestly, like, I didn't know the Broodlords were there, so that's why that happened. But you know what? It's okay. Like, I'm still in a big lead because I've taken on all his bases. And that's how you should beat Infestor Broodlord. I hope you guys really learned how to beat Infestor Broodlord. Comment and let me know what you guys think about Infestor Broodlord now after watching this. Yeah, because again, Blink Stalkers are really mobile. Broodlord's not really mobile at all, and so this is the way to beat it. Now, yeah, again, sniping all his bases. He's going after my 4th base. You know what? Let him. I'm not going to engage that army. I'm not going to engage it until I have 1 building left and I'm going to be eliminated. That's the only time I'll actually be forced to engage a Broodlord army. And now, again, just sniping all his bases. And again, he's not, like, this is his army. This is kind of like an all-in army because there's no way that he can reinforce this maxed army that he has right now because, well, just straight up, like, he doesn't have enough minerals to, like, reinforce that massive army. Infested Broodlord is a lot of gas, and honestly, I think his main and natural both mined out of gas, and so this is all that he has left. And, like, I still have, like, a lot in the bank because I had a lot more bases than him because I kept sniping his bases. And now, yeah, this is, like, I'm not saying it's over because, again, that one battle against that army, and if I lose that battle, which I would if I engaged it, like, in a bad angle, he could win the game. And so I need to make sure that when I engage, I get a really good engagement off, because if not, then, you know, it's just gonna, it'll be really bad. Why am I making my Nexus off position? That one I didn't really make because I know the creep was disappearing. At the top, my Nexus is a little bit off position. You know what? It's because there's an Overlord there, and sometimes, you know, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm not gonna send a Stalker to, like, save that expansion and all that stuff, and so I'm just gonna, like, you know, just not send Stalker and just build my Nexus off position. It's kind of lazy. I don't really know if that's a good idea because, yeah, you know, you get your Nexus a little bit earlier, but, you know, they're not mining. I don't expect that expansion to stay alive, so that's why I didn't really try to make it an optimal mining base. But now he's not mining at all. He has 1 hatchery, which is his hive at his main, and that's it. And I have, like, a crap ton of stuff. And here we go. Let's get the infestors out of the way, and then make my Stalkers kill everything else. And now this is over. There's no way. I don't know where his Woodlords are. I think I already killed them. I have no idea what happened. But now, yeah, easy. This is GG. And he should be leaving any second now. You know what? I'm not gonna lie anymore. You're actually a god. Effing terrible. Oh wow, someone's really mad. Here's Broodlord because he's bad. Yeah, that guy's really mad because honestly, Zerglords get really mad when they're like, "Oh my god, I just can't. Why can't I attack him? Like, why does he keep avoiding my army?" But that's a strategic thing I'm doing. I'm not just avoiding his army because it's stupid. Like, I'm doing it for a reason. Like, I'm avoiding his army because that's my way to beat Broodlords, and it's a really good way. And trust me on this one, I'm a Grandmaster player. This is gonna work. And that's honestly pretty much it. I hope you guys really learned how to beat Infestor Broodlord and how to defend and transition into 4 or 5 base, like I have done. Again, try to wall your expansions and only let 1 entrance against Zerg at least. Don't let many entrances to your base, because why do you want random Zerglings getting to your base? All that, like, shenaniganery. You don't need that, guys. Like, honestly, just have it as, like, 1 base. And now, let's go check. I've ranked up a little bit because like, my school's over and stuff, so I've been gaming a lot more. Again, I apologize for the lag. I'm thinking if there's any other announcements. I know you guys are all asking me, like, I guarantee all these messages I have right now are going to be when are you streaming. Like, I'm ranked 15 Grandmaster right now, as you can see. I don't like it. I'm aiming to be higher because I think that I'm a lot better than this, but I will be streaming. I'll make an announcement when I'm streaming. I don't know yet, but it'll be soon. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Look forward to more coming out. And like always, peace out, guys.